How to brainstorm effectively and generate ideas to solve problems is one of the most important tools you need to have in your life. Each one of us is surrounded with a bunch of problems that we need to solve to make our life easier. Those could be a house mortgage you have to pay off, a student loan you have to settle, or a broken car you have to fix, or a disease you have to fight, or a relationship you need to work on, etc. And those are only one type of problems. Those are what I call the negative or the direct problems. The other types of problems you need to solve is what I call the positive or the indirect problems, also known as areas to improve. There's nothing wrong with them that needs immediate actions, but they are areas you identify that could be an improvement in your life if you worked on them. Those include the car you want to upgrade to. There's nothing wrong with the current car, but you think you want to have the bigger or the faster one. Or it could be the dream house you want to buy, or the second stream of income you want to have with your primary job to be more secure financially. Or maybe it's the habit you want to build to take your relationship to the next level. All of the above are problems need to be solved. And in this video, you'll learn how to brainstorm effectively to generate ideas to solve any problem you have. Today, we'll cover what brainstorming is and what it isn't, uses of brainstorming, how to brainstorm effectively, and how to keep going if you feel stuck. In another video, I'll talk about brainstorming tools you can use. So, what is brainstorming? Guys, my definition may sound weird to you, but it's the actual and perfect definition that works. Brainstorming is a projectile vomiting of ideas. Told you it's going to be weird. Plus, I'm a physician, so environment plays a role here, right? So, why brainstorming is a projectile vomiting of ideas? Well, it's projectile, so it's fast and active. And in brainstorming, you need to come up with ideas fast and actively engage in it. It's vomiting, so it's uncontrollable and unstructured. Meaning, just like in vomiting, where you can't filter what's coming out or organize it, in brainstorming, you shouldn't filter ideas coming out of you, nor structure them in some sort of format. I hope you're still here. So, now that we know that brainstorming is about generating ideas fast, actively, and without filtering them, this means that brainstorming is not mind mapping or project planning. There's a huge misunderstanding to the word brainstorming, and it's often used to refer to mind mapping or project planning. And there are two distinctions that must be made here. The first one is that brainstorming, as we discussed, is about free flow of ideas without filtering or organizing in a structured format, while both mind mapping and project planning are about organizing ideas as per sequence or priority in an organized format. The second distinction is that brainstorming is a subset of mind mapping and project planning. It's just one phase of the whole process. This misunderstanding makes the meetings you and I have less effective, as people are showing there to brainstorm anything, even if the proposed agenda is to agree on deliverables and responsibilities. Understanding that brainstorming is one step of a project will define the people you'll invite and the agenda or the purpose to expect and follow for that meeting. To have a better picture about the relation between brainstorming and project planning, check this video, How to Increase Your Productivity, 5 Lessons from the Getting Things Done book. You can go directly to the project planning part and check where brainstorming fits in that process. Same with mind mapping. First, you brainstorm story ideas or writing ideas or video ideas for your channel. So far, this is just random ideas on a piece of paper, and this is called brainstorming. The next step is to organize those ideas by relation, and that picture you have is called mind map. You can check the mind mapping tutorial here for more information. Okay, moving on to the uses of brainstorming. Brainstorming is generating ideas to solve both types of problems we talked about in the introduction. And that's why it has unlimited uses in your life. Any problem is really a project you need to plan and work on. You can brainstorm ideas for starting a business, for writing a story or a script or a blog or a book or a movie or a song. You can brainstorm ideas on how to upgrade your life, how to be better in public speaking, how to be healthier, etc. Simply put, brainstorming works with anything you want. Just do it. Now, how to brainstorm effectively? There are 6 rules of brainstorming to follow. First rule is have the right question. If your brainstorming meetings are not moving well as you think, This may be the reason. You may have the best brainstorming techniques ever, but without asking the right question, you're wasting everyone's time. The key word here is right. Every brainstorming session I have been to include a question, and I can't think of a brainstorming session that was done without having a question or a phrase first. But like I said, the key word here is right. If you want to make your next product more user-friendly, then instead of using the question, how to make our next product better, use the right question, which is how to make the next product more user-friendly. Different questions, different mindsets, different focus, and definitely different ideas. Why asking how to improve our relationship if what you really want is how to stop fighting? Both questions are for improving the relationship. And like I said, having the right question is key in having an effective and focused brainstorming. So that's the right question. Next, we have quantity. Brainstorming is about quantity, not quality. The quality part is for the next phases, either in mind mapping or project planning. But in brainstorming, it's about coming up with as many ideas as you can. It's projectile, remember? Third rule is no judgments. Brainstorming is about having all the ideas possible, small or big, smart or stupid, real or fiction, serious or fun, cheap or expensive. It's vomiting, remember? Since you can't control what comes out of your stomach, in brainstorming, you can't control what comes out of your brain, or at least you shouldn't. Fourth rule is randomness. Brainstorming is about having ideas in a free or random format. So you put one on the right, another on the left, another on the top, etc. Not necessarily intentionally. What I mean is you don't need to think about where to put the next idea. Just write it in the free space you have. For tools like Microsoft Word, it's challenging if you're not using a tablet or a graphic pen, as you'll have to follow its linear format, so you'll have to build the habit of not organizing what you're writing. I'll get to that in the brainstorming tools video. Next, we have more brains are better than one. Having more people to brainstorm an idea is more preferred than doing it alone. Since each one of us is different and has different perspectives, different view to the problem, different experience and background, etc. That's why it's recommended to have everyone in your team in the brainstorming session, unlike the other more specific meetings like developing the actual thing where you'll need the developers only. The same role of more brains still works if you're doing the brainstorming alone for personal projects, for example. What you can do here is to brainstorm in more than one day. Yes, you're the same person, but different days may have different mood, different perspective, different or fresh ideas. Just sleep on it for a few days. The final rule is combine ideas. In brainstorming, one of the ways to come up with ideas is to combine existing ones. That's why you probably heard the term in brainstorming 1 plus 1 equals 3, because you can take two different ideas and build a third one from them. Those are the 6 rules of brainstorming. Having the right question, quantity, no judgments, randomness, more brains are better, and combine ideas. The final piece to cover here is how to keep going if you feel stuck in the brainstorming session. There are a couple of ways you can do to boost your brainstorming. 1. You can change position. If you're sitting, then stand or walk. If you're walking, then sit down, and so on. 2. You can take breaks, either short ones where you just take a quick walk, play music or a game, eat or drink, and then get back, or you can take long breaks where you call it a day and get back to it another day. In other words, sleep on it. 3. Sometimes it works for me to shift to silly or crazy or funny ideas. There are 2 reasons for that. 1. Laughter energizes the brain and boosts its functions. And the second reason is, even though there are silly or crazy ideas, there are still ideas that may give rise to other more or less good ideas. What you don't want now, you may need later. Today we covered how to brainstorm effectively to generate ideas to solve problems, and in another video I'll cover brainstorming tools you can use for better results. If you really like this video, you can do 2 things. Subscribe to be updated when every tool is uploaded, and share this video with your friends. You'll help them have this tool to use to upgrade their life as well. Till we meet again, apply, achieve, integrate, and upgrade your life.